Hi, today I'm joined with Mark Dooley, the founder of British Racecourses. And today's question is, why did you actually set up and create BritishRacecourses.org?
It kind of all came out of COVID era and lockdown. So as most good ideas are, it was kind of an accident in many ways. So I've always been interested in horse racing and followed it since I was a kid with my three brothers. And during lockdown, I was furloughed. And in order to kind of keep myself amused and to do something, I created a website which was British Racecourses, which was to kind of review British racecourses and also Irish racecourses, and just share my experiences and my passion for the sport. So that's kind of where it all boiled down from.
Superb. So have you always been into horse racing since a young age?
Yeah, I mean, kind of accidental, to be honest. So we used to get given we first of all started watching the Grand National, like I think most people get into racing that way. And then it boiled down from a kind of yearly bet on the National to our dad letting us kind of put on a lucky 15 or whatever we wanted every Saturday. So we were probably, me and my two brothers, I'm talking about probably 9 or 10 when we started doing that. And then it just kind of grew from there.
So you said there a lucky 15 bet. Is that still your go-to horse racing bet now?
I wouldn't say I'm a great punter, to be honest. I tend to put on those big accumulator bets, like a Goliath or a Super Heinz, just because if I'm having a day and when I'm watching the racing, I like to have a little bit of interest in every race. So I'm probably kind of a bookie's dream in that I don't really take too much money off them, but it's more about just having a bit of enjoyment in every race. So.
Yeah, so with regards to them British racecourses, obviously there's a lot of guides to all the different racecourses. Is that kind of your strength? Is it writing all those guides for the racecourses? Because there is a horse racing tips section. Now, obviously, as a shrewd punter, we've got David Dooley, both of our brothers, who is very, very good at providing daily horse racing tips. So is your main role then within the setup of British Racecourses to do with like the guides and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I said, when we kind of set it up, it was just an organic thing. So initially, the site was just about reviewing the racecourses, and that's how you get there, where they are, the addresses, planning your day out, what to wear, all different kinds of things like that. The kind of fundamentals of how you get to the racecourse, what you do, what you can expect, that kind of thing. And we also do kind of reviews of the big festivals, blogs on kind of what to wear or everything. It kind of breaks down racing and demystifies it, so it kind of opens it to everyone. David, my brother, he's a fantastic tipster, so I kind of leave that to him. But we now do incorporate that into the site. So initially the site was just about the core racing and the race courses, but now it has expanded where we do daily tips, we do lucky 15 tips, we do naps of the days. So that's all kind of come into it, which was a natural kind of progression to what I was already doing, because the two are kind of connected, obviously, but they're not necessarily, you don't have to do both. You can go racing and not bet,
So with a few quick fire questions then to do with horse racing. Obviously you've created BritishRacecourses.org and you're saying that you do all the guides for all the different racecourses. What is your best racecourse personally? What's your top 3 racecourses within the UK?
In terms of British racecourses specifically, Haydrock will always be always have a place in our heart, because that's where we used to go when we first got into it. So we'd often go straight from school, mum would pick us up and we'd go down and we'd watch the racing from just outside the grandstands. So we'd do that, and that was probably what really ignited the passion for racing. Courses that I love now, other ones are, I love Ascot. I think it's just a fantastic facility. Royal Windsor is just an incredible track. But I kind of like them all. They all offer something different, and that's what makes British racing, I think, so special when you compare it to other territories where sometimes the tracks are always the same. They're all flat and circular. Where in the UK, you know, your Fontwells, your Plumptons, your Brightons, your Baths, your Cheltenhams, they're all just so different, and that's what makes, I think, British racing the best in the world. And specifically with other racecourses that I love, we've got a few racehorses that are trained in Ireland, so I have a big soft spot for the Irish tracks, particularly places like Galway, Leopardstown and the Curragh.
And then with regards to horse racing festivals, you mentioned you do a few of the guides of the horse racing festivals on British Racecourses website. What would you say is your best, or the best couple of festivals that you love to personally go and attend?
My favourite is Royal Ascot, and that's the weird one, because growing up, Royal Ascot was one that I never thought I always liked it, but Royal Ascot wasn't the one until you actually go there that you just realise just how impressive it is. I mean, it's just like a social occasion in itself. I mean, Royal Ascot is particularly my favourite. The Galway Festival in Ireland is a kind of mixture of an Irish version of Cheltenham and Royal Ascot. It's like a perfect blend. Obviously the Cheltenham Festival is just unbelievable as well. But I think, like I said, most race courses, they offer their own little mini festivals. They do all kinds of, like, you know, Easter racing or Christmas racing over Boxing Day. So I think they all offer something, but definitely Royal Ascot is the one way. It's a dream to have a runner there, just a dream to go there, and everyone from all different backgrounds are there. It's not just, it's for everyone. I think it's racing for everyone, to be honest.
So you've mentioned there about racehorse ownership. Who is it that trains your personal horses that you own yourself?
Our horses are all trained by Adol McGuinness in Ireland, which was kind of accidental how we got into it. So James, my youngest brother, he basically met a bloke in a pub who had, in just outside Manchester, who had horses trained by Adol. And as a family, with that interest growing up, we'd always wanted to kind of get involved in it. And it literally stemmed from, you know, a conversation in a pub with a mutual friend saying, I've got horses trained by this guy in Ireland and he's good. And it kind of went from there. And that was 6 years ago now. And it's just worked out really, really well.
Yeah, so anyone who's interested in wanting to know more about horse racing, wants to know more about the guides of how to get there, the parking facilities, what makes the track different with regards to the undulations or the draw bias, make certain you head over to britishrracecourses.org. Mark Dooley is the founder. As you can see here, he's a horse racing enthusiast and a horse racing fan. He's a racehorse owner as well. So make certain you head on over to britishrracecourses.org.